Hello guys, and welcome to Buddha's Place. Well, today I posted something on the community tab and asked you guys some of the things that you would like for me to talk about. So one of the things that you guys discussed, put on the paper, one of the guys put on the paper is my first job. Now, when I say first job, I had a couple of jobs, but this, as far as I'm concerned, is my first job where it was outside of my comfort zone. A couple of them, but this one I really want you guys to understand this job and some of my mindset and who I am and why I am the way I am. So we're going to go ahead and go with this one. When I was a kid, I grew up in the projects in the hood, and my mom could never afford me a bike. Never. So I was one of those individuals who would acquire a bike. Sometimes my friends would have parts to bikes and we would piece together a bike, but most of the time I would just go to a certain part of town where young people had, their families were better to do, and I would acquire a bike, and they would normally get another bike, and it would never be a blip on their life. And I had acquired or pieced together or made almost every bike I've ever had that was up until this time was what I had. So one summer, I got a job, and this job it was my first job, actual job, required me to clean out a horse stable. Now, at 25 cents a stall. That's how much I got. That included, what you did was you went in, you took the horse, you put the hook on the horse, you took the horse into the barn, you put him down to one end, you put him on the latch on this side, the latch on this side, so he would be down there, and you give him some oats or whatever, and while he was eating, you would go in and clean his stall of whatever he left there. And you got 25 cents a stall. There were 6 stalls that I was required to clean every day. There was 4 horses on one side, 2 on the other. And I did that for the entire summer. I fed them, I cleaned their stalls, and I was given 25 cents a stall. And on Friday, if everything was really good, then she would give me an extra $2 or $3 for feeding them or whatever she asked me to do extra. But that was it. And I worked the entire summer in order to be able to buy me a bike. And I went and got me a bike, and I paid for it, and I got my chain, and I was really, really proud of myself that I worked and I put in the work, and I was able to acquire what I wanted. And that's where I learned the value of work. Cleaning a horse stall taught me the value of work. And the one thing I've learned, and I want you guys to understand and never forget, is that if you work for someone, whatever the labor is that you do, you will never feel that you're being paid adequately for the labor that you put forth unless you just stand around and do nothing and get paid. But it was a lesson that I got to learn about horses. I got to learn a little bit about myself. I got to learn about a work ethic, and I got to understand that people rely on you. When you get a job and you go to work and they need whatever they're paying you, they need you to come and do that job because they're paying you. But not more than that. They rely on you to be there to get that job done. And you rely on that money to help pay the bill or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish with that money that they're giving you. That was the first lesson that I learned. So to continue on with the story about the me acquiring the bike, or purchasing the bike. The first bike I ever bought in my life, and I worked all summer. So I took the bike one Saturday, and I went riding. And I rode, I think it was, if I can remember correctly, I think it's like 6.5 miles from where, it may be more, I might be wrong, but I think it was about 6.5 miles, maybe more. But I went riding one Saturday, and when I got to the center of town, there's a little shop that had these candies that I liked. And I rode down there, and I went down, and I took my bike. I got off my bike, and I took my chain, and I chained it up, and I wrapped it through the leg, and I did it, and I wrapped it around the pole, and I went in to get these candies that I liked. Took about 4 minutes, maybe 5. When I came outside, you know what wasn't there? My bike wasn't there. In that moment, I knew how it felt to work your ass off for something and then somebody take it. I knew right then and there that all the hard work that I had done, everything that I put into getting this bike, somebody took my bike. And I felt I felt so mad. I was so pissed. How could you take something that doesn't belong to you? If you knew how much work I put in it, would you have still taken it? But then, what have I done? What have I done? Karma. That's how I saw it. Didn't see it that way yet, because I was mad for months. But it taught me a lesson that I'll never forget. If it don't belong to me, you don't have to worry about me taking it. I won't take something that don't belong to me, because I don't know how much work you put into getting it. If I want it, I'll go get it. I'll go to work and get it. So that was my first job. And the people who gave me the opportunity for that job and the opportunity to figure out who I was, it was invaluable for me. And what you have to learn about yourself is some people don't want to work, and some people do. But it gives you a good experience on your life. So I hope and pray that each and every one of you get to find out the happiness that's in your life. And I hope that you get an opportunity to find out who you are through your work. the one thing that I'm going to tell you, if you get a job and the job that you do is something you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. If you have a job and it makes you miserable every single day that you're there, find another job. There's no sense of being miserable. It's not. The money's not worth it. The anguish, the pain, the heartache, it's not worth it. Go find another job. You guys have a beautiful day. I hope this helps someone to understand in their life. And it was my pleasure giving it to you and in sharing with you. And the most important thing that I got out of this whole thing is I got to spend time with you. Thank you guys for being here for me, and I'll be here for you. You guys take care. Have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you another day. Bye-bye.